Today we're going to be covering everything involved in the cost of living in Henderson, Nevada and how it compares to other major cities. Hey everyone, my name's Kristen. I'm a local realtor here in the Las Vegas and Henderson area with Love Local Real Estate. Now today we're going to be answering a question that my husband and I get from tons of clients that are moving into Las Vegas from out of town. And that is, what is the cost of living, and specifically, what's the cost of living in Henderson, Nevada? Really quick, if you're not quite familiar with Henderson because you're not from the area, it's a suburb of the Las Vegas area, and this is where my husband and I personally live, and we absolutely love it. I'm going to link to a little video that we created about why we personally love living in Henderson. Let's show you now what the cost is, to live in this area. Really quick, before we get into it, if you're new to our channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. We do tons of videos on what it's like living in the Las Vegas, Henderson area. We do really fun home tours and much more. So thank you so much for doing that. If you want more information about moving to Las Vegas, you can reach us at thethomasgrouplv.com. All right, let's get into it. The cost of living in Henderson, Nevada and Las Vegas as a whole is still relatively affordable compared to other major US cities, but it's definitely starting to increase a little bit. And that's because, people from those big cities that can no longer afford to live there are coming to Las Vegas. And in turn, that's pushing our cost of living up a little bit. Now, the first thing that you're gonna need to know when you move here is, how much does my housing cost? The median sales price for a single family home in Henderson, Nevada is $360,000. That's higher than the $310,000, that's the median sales price for all of Las Vegas, and that's higher than the around $280,000, that is the median sales price for all of the US. With that median sales price, you can expect your average monthly mortgage payment to be about $1,800 a month. Now, if you're looking to rent a place, the average apartment in Henderson is about $1,300 a month, and that's gonna be for a smaller apartment. Now, if you're looking to rent a house, expect to spend about $1,800 on rent for that. Now, as far as utilities go, your monthly electric, gas, water, expect to spend about $350 a month. Actually, a recent study by move.org ranked all the major US cities, and Las Vegas is actually on the lower end of the cost of utilities, which I was actually a little bit surprised about that, because one thing to keep in mind when you are moving here is your electric bill. Now, if you're in a small apartment, you're gonna be totally fine. But if you are moving to a larger house, keep in mind that if you have a large house with really tall ceilings, a pool in your backyard, if you keep it cool, in the summer, your AC could run up to $600. But just to let you know, the average electric utility bill in Las Vegas and Henderson in general is only about $150 year-round. Gas is gonna run you about $25 a month, water about $50, sewer $20, trash $12 a month, and your basic internet is about $65 a month. Overall, expect to spend about $350 plus your internet. Now you've got a place to live, now you've got to eat, right? So groceries overall, I read a couple rankings on this, and groceries are going to cost you slightly higher than the national average by just a small margin, so pretty normal for that. Another big cost that you're going to run into is transportation. First of all, our price of gas tends to be on the higher side compared to pretty much all the other mainland states. The other big thing that you're going to run into is car registration fees. Now, if you're driving an older car, it's not going to be a problem, but how our registration fees work is it's based on a percentage of the retail price of the current car. So if you're driving a brand new car, it's going to be a really high initial registration fee, and each year after that, as the value of the car drops, that's going to drop as well. So just to give you an idea what this might be, if you bought a 2-year-old car with a value of $20,000, the annual registration would be $331. Now imagine if you bought a $100,000 car, you can see where these prices might get a little bit, aggressive. Car insurance is another one where you hear a lot of horror stories when people move to Las Vegas, but car insurance is actually priced by zip code. And because Henderson is consistently ranked as one of the safest cities in the US, these zip codes within Henderson actually tend to have a lower car insurance premium than other parts of Las Vegas. So just to give you kind of a rough idea, my husband and I pay about $350 a month for our 2 cars. Another major expense is going to be healthcare. I was surprised because I believe that our healthcare costs are really high. So bronze plans for like a healthy, 30-year-old would run about $280 a month, and that's going to be with a high $6,000 deductible. If you're looking for a gold plan, those are going to run you closer to $500 a month per person. One good thing I will say is a lot of our people that live here work in the casinos, and in those casinos, a lot of them belong to unions, and those unions have amazing health care. So if you're moving here and you're planning on working in the casinos, know that you're going to be really well taken care of. One of the best things about Henderson and really Nevada as a whole, and one reason why a lot of people do end up moving here, is because there's no state income tax. Compare that to California, where if you're in the top tier, you're paying 12.3%. If you're a high income earner, you're saving a lot. So how does the state make money, right? We do have a sales tax of 8.375%. And we actually really highly tax our hotel rooms, so we rely on that revenue quite a bit. Now, as far as property taxes, the city of Henderson actually has lower property taxes than Las Vegas, than North Las Vegas, and all the other unincorporated areas around. So that's an awesome thing about Henderson, is the lower property taxes. Just to give you an idea, if you had a $300,000 house, your yearly tax is about $1,600 to $1,700. So I hope that gave you a really good idea if you're trying to make a budget and thinking about moving here, so you can kind of compare it to what you're paying in your current city now. Now, I really wanted to also compare how Las Vegas ranks to other major US cities that we're seeing a large influx of residents from. The cost of living in Las Vegas is 22.88% lower than Los Angeles, 25% lower than living in San Diego, 42% lower than living in Honolulu, and 38% lower than living in San Francisco. So I hope that gave you a good idea about what the cost of living is like in Henderson, Nevada. If you are thinking of moving to the area, we would absolutely love to help. Or even if you just have any questions, you're not quite sure if you want to move yet, we offer free consultations, no pressure, no hassle. You can find our contact information at thethomasgrouplv.com, and we would love to help. Thanks so much, guys. Click that subscribe button if you haven't yet, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.